So after I finished playing football, I got pretty heavily into cycling. I bought my first bike since I was a kid, and I've grew in the sport since then. I'll go half a century ride, which is like 50 miles. I ride here in Columbus a lot, down High Street, Olentangy Trail, over on Whittier. I go all throughout Columbus. My name is Marcus Hall. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I went to Glenville High School. I was coached by Ted Ginn Sr., and a lot of great Buckeyes went from Glenville High School to Ohio State. It was a big shot coming from Glenville High School down to Ohio State. We're a huge football high school at Glenville, but it's nothing like Ohio State, So when I got to Ohio State, it was very eye-opening to see how much the state supported the Buckeyes. It's kind of like everybody says, like a pro team down here in Columbus. Probably one of the most memorable games that I played in was my first game at Ohio State. And I was a freshman. I actually didn't play. It was the first game I dressed, and it was against Navy. And it was just so surreal to me at the time because they did the whole flyover and the salute, with the military, us playing Navy at the time. So, the planes, I kind of ducked when the planes flew over the stadium because I just, never seen anything like that. So it was just, I thought they were about to land on us or something, how close they were. It was amazing. And then I'm pretty sure my senior year, everybody remembers the Michigan game. I mean, well, this is a moment in itself, but I think to understand this moment, you really have to understand the preparation and, the hate that we have for each other, for Ohio State and then that team up north. And I remember it like it was yesterday because people will never let me forget it, so I'm always talking about it. But Dontre Wilson caught the punt return, and I see guys surrounding him, kind of pushing up on him, and then it just gets a little more intense. And then from the corner of my eye, I see guys flying off our bench. So in my head, automatically, I'm like, I'm not gonna be the only guy that's not, fighting for my guys, because that's naturally what I do as an offensive lineman. I'm a protector, and we naturally protect the quarterback, we naturally protect the running back. So you take on that role as a protector, as an offensive lineman. So in that moment, I thought it was a bench clearing brawl. I don't think it mattered if it was or not. I was going on that field regardless. So as we huddled on the sideline to call the play for the offense, guys was running on the field, so I ran out there. We were all out there, and it was kind of a shoving match, not an all-out brawl. But it was enough for the refs to go on and have some ejections. And in that moment, I prayed that I wasn't one of those ejections. But unfortunately, I was. In that moment, my stomach just hit the floor. And I just felt like nothing else mattered, to be honest. Because in that moment, that's all that matters. And when you're playing that game, like I said, everything else stops. I just kind of, lost it. I was upset that I couldn't play in that game anymore. And then I had to be in Ann Arbor when it happened. So it was just like, okay, yeah.
Just let them fly.
Yeah, let them fly, man. It's just kind of like walking out the office when you quit. Initially, after that happened, it was tough to get over because, I was just a college kid. I have my viral moment, and it's kind of like the world seeing that, and everybody's opinions came out. So I was, honestly, not comfortable with it because I wanted to, go on and play in the NFL, and I just thought that might affect that. But as I got older, and as I met more fans in Columbus, Ohio, and throughout the country, because Ohio State fans are everywhere. I really started to embrace it when I started to see their love and their passion behind it. And I said, okay, if the people that supported me while I was playing at Ohio State and the people that support Ohio State. If they can support me on that, it can't be that much of a bad thing. So, like you said, I went on to embrace it, and it became, like a good thing. And I'm appreciative to be a part of one of the greatest rivalry in sports. And it's not something that I will never regret. Yeah, so I played in the pros for a short time. Is what they call in the pros. I had a cup of coffee in the pros. I was there long enough to have a couple sips, see some people I grew up watching in the pros. Initially, 2014, I went to the Indianapolis Colts as an undrafted free agent out of the college from Ohio State. So I was there for probably half a year. And then the next year after that, I went on to go to minicamp with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that was in 2015. And then in 2016, I went on to play in the CFL, in the Canadian Football League, for a year in Saskatchewan, Regina, for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. So that was an interesting process. It was good to, see how that experience and see what that was like. But eventually, like you said, after the Canadian League, I realized that it was time for me to get a career and transition into the real world and kind of work on those tools to be able to function in the real world and work. So I came back to the United States after I left Canada, and I began working at Home City Ice, and then after that, I kind of got my feet wet in the working world, and I got in a sales position. And after I got in that sales position, I was there for about probably 2 to 3 years. Met some great people, made some great connections. I learned a lot in the sales industry, and it was pretty beneficial. But I was pretty sure that sales wouldn't be my career. Coming from football it's intense, and they try to compare the two, but I had to tell my sales manager many times it's not the same. And so I went on after that sales career and took those tools that I learned from that, and I transitioned back into something more of a hands-on work, driving a truck throughout the city. And so I was able to obtain my CDL's driver's license, and it's 2021, I decided that I wanted to have a career with the Columbus Fire Department. So I took the various tests that I had to take to pursue that, and I passed all of them on the first time, which I was very thankful for. And so now I'm in that process. I'm on the back end of that process. I'm still hoping that everything goes well, but up to this point, everything has been going great. And I just had an interview yesterday, actually. And everything has been going good with the process, but that's what's next on my agenda, and hopefully by the spring I could be entering the Columbus Fire Academy.